Folks, this is Gregory Robinson, author of Time Machine, and this week we've been talking about evaluation and what we can gain through evaluation and what we can expect. When we fail to evaluate, we can expect a lot of problems. Today I want to talk about the practical application. On Wednesday, we kind of spoke about why we evaluate and then what we risk if we don't evaluate some of the ideas and concepts of our lives. But I wanted to kind of take the concept of evaluation at a recurring interval and have it make sense. So how do we put that into practice? And I learned a long time ago that the best way to start writing an article, a term paper, or anything is to ask the 5 W questions, which are who, what, when, where, and why. Anytime we evaluate something, whether it be before we try something new or after a new practice has been initiated, we can use this formula. So first we look at who. Any new venture or new, let's just use an example of a new workout. Who will this affect and who will be involved and who do I need to lean on? It's arrogant to think that when we start something new that we're going to be the only one that's affected by this thing. So who will this affect? If it is, our example, a new workout routine, say we are going to work out for 30 minutes to an hour a day, 3 times a week. Well, definitely that time is going to come out of our day. So it definitely affects us, but who else does it affect? This is going to take time away from your relaxation. This is going to take time away from your family. So you need to understand that the who is not just you, but all the folks that this new decision or this new thing is going to affect. Next, we look at what. What does this change entail? What's necessary for this to be a success? And what will I gain and lose? So when we start looking at the what of a new idea or a new something we're trying, we have to think about what's this going to cost me? What maybe in our example of a workout, it's going to cost me some of my time. It's also going to cost me, whether we're doing a gym membership or buying some workout clothes, it's going to cost me some money. It's also going to cost me some time of being comfortable. It's going to take my comfort and throw it right out the window. You're going to deal with sore muscles. You're going to deal with this and that. And that kind of speaks to the what will I gain, what will I lose? And that's part of it. You have to kind of examine all the aspects of what when you're trying to evaluate something. We move on to when. When's the right time to begin? When do I expect to finish? And when do I expect to see results? This is something that we use more in the beginning rather than evaluating afterwards, because we want to know when the right time is. Now, we don't want to wait and miss opportunities, but at the same time, for instance, you did not want to get into the housing market several years ago after the big crash, unless you were just buying up properties to save until later. But the when can be very powerful, and it's something we need to examine. When is going to be the best time for us to start these things? When is going to be, also set our goals. When do I expect to see results, and that such. The next one's where. Where will this change take place, and where do I plan to get to? Another kind of goal-oriented question. Where do I see myself, or where do I see this new concept or idea moving me to? Where do I see it ending up? Where do I plan to get to with this new idea or concept? And the last W question is why. Why am I doing this? Why did this venture succeed or fail? Why has got to be really tied to your reason. Why am I doing this? Am I trying this new workout to extend my life? Am I trying to get back into shape? Am I trying to become more attractive? Why is your basis of reason? Why are you doing this in the first place? And that's a question that needs to be asked in the beginning and at the end. Why did I do this? Did I accomplish what I meant to, or set out to accomplish? Why did this succeed or fail? And how can I use that information to actually revise my idea or revise my plan? So those are the 5 W questions that need to be asked when you're evaluating something. And isn't it interesting that each one of the 5 W questions has the same second letter? H is the right-hand man of each one of these W questions. And it begs the question, how? How is the brick and mortar of evaluation? It's our battle plan. So how will I execute this new change? How much time or other commodity will it cost me? How could I have done things differently to affect the outcome? If we honestly ask and answer these questions, we can properly evaluate our new change or goal. Use the 5 W's to make your plan and then to evaluate how your plan works. If we don't study history, we're doomed to repeat it. Through evaluation, we can keep the things that work and discard the ones that don't. So evaluation, whether it be before or after a project or a new thing we're trying, it can be very powerful. It's going to help us to revise down to the perfect version of something. So take a minute to think about that and evaluate where you are and what could be done to change that if you wanted to change, or what has been done in the past that has gotten you to where you are. If you're somewhere where you want to be, how do I continue this behavior? This has been our Fast 5 on Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please shoot me an email at gchild, that's GCHILD 418 at gmail.com. Also wanted to mention some of my Instagram posts are going to be changing a little bit. I'm going to be kind of partnering with one of my buddies at work, Johan Hawkinson, who's a photographer, and I'm going to be using some of his stuff. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope the good Lord blesses you today.